reaction? Did go to Knoxville, pretty close, all things said. What's the reaction? What's the feeling right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you polled our guys, they don't care if this thing would be in Australia. They just want an opportunity to play and compete. So really excited for them. Obviously, that's going to be an electric atmosphere. I've known Coach Walter for a while. Wake Forest going to be a really tough first-round matchup, but that's what you have when you get this far, right? But incredibly excited for the kids. They put so much into this, and they deserve it.
It made you sit for a while. I heard you ask one of your sons, "Are you nervous?" And how are you feeling? You kind of know you're in, but it's taking.
Well, you don't know you're in, but I know what the committee values. I know what the committee puts in the tournament, and I knew our resume was pretty much a lead pipe lock when it came to the things that we needed to do to qualify. So I felt really good about it, but yeah, it would have been nice to have that pop up there a little earlier. And from what I gather, Cincinnati sports fans have learned to expect the worst, right? So we all probably got on the edge of our seat a little bit, but pretty cool to see our name up there.
What does it mean in year two here in Cincinnati to be in this position that you are today, playing in a regional for the first time since 2019?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is for these kids. You look at it, and it's not just Carrington Cross, but a guy like him who's put blood, sweat, and tears into this for 5 years, and this gets to end his career playing in the NCAA tournament. It's pretty awesome for him. And, you know, the number of people that pour into this program on the administration side that never get a second of credit, hopefully it's rewarding to them too, because they're a huge part of it. So just feel really, really fortunate to have so many good people around us, and hopefully they're all able to enjoy it a little bit.
Looking ahead at the healthier team, you got Landon Viderick that's missed a few games, and Adam Bichkowski left the game the other day. Can you give any updates on their health?
Yeah, Adam, we just got to find a way to protect his face. He's going to be cleared to pitch. I think we can get some sort of a mask in place that he'll be able to pitch. He's going to need a little bit more work done to get that beautiful smile and face back, but that should be able to wait till postseason. Landon is totally day-to-day. Oblique injury, getting better by the day, but those are tricky. So for our team and specifically for Landon, I'm really hopeful he can play. He deserves to have an opportunity to shine in that setting, but our trainers are doing an awesome job. He's doing an awesome job, but it's just one day at a time.
How do you feel about your team at this point in the season when you've gone kind of the ups and downs in the schedule?
Yeah, you know what I'm really proud of is this team had a few opportunities to kind of go south. If you look early, we played a stretch without Carrington, Loudon, and Luke Sefcik, who at the time was our starting second base, shortstop, third base. We had to navigate that. We had a trip to Arizona where we didn't have Nate Taylor or Kellen O'Connor. That's not easy to go without your Friday, Saturday starters. You know, navigating the Donovan Ford injury, Michael Conti, Max Bergman missed time. Jack Natilli had an injury for a week and a half with a head. And so several different spots this could go off the rails a little bit. And every time we just bounce back, put some big wins together. If you look at our last 4 or 5 weeks of the season, it was regional type competition every week. And for the most part, we came out with more wins than losses.
You've beaten an ACC team before, so what about Wake Forest? Do you know anything about them?
I've known Coach Walter a while. We played him when I was at CMU a couple of times. Really well coached. He's one of the brightest in college baseball. They're not a team that beats you on talent. They beat you on execution. They're going to have talented players, but he coaches that team really, really well. It'll be a big challenge. But to your point, you know, the ACC and the Big 12 are pretty comparable. I said when I got the job here, the great thing about the Big 12, if you make the NCAA tournament, you have a chance to win in the NCAA tournament because we've played, 25 games against teams in that field. So it's nothing we're not haven't experienced, but now it's going to be all good teams battling it out.
You mentioned KC. Talk about how special this season has been for him. Obviously, first team unanimous, Big 12, Player of the Year. Talk about the growth you've seen over him with your 2 years with him.
Yeah, I mean, as cool as it is that he won Player of the Year, the fact that he was unanimous first team almost is as or more impressive. I mean, it's hard to get our 14 coaches to agree on anything. And they didn't agree on anything in terms of the first team except for one person. One person got a vote from every coach to be on that first team, and it was him. And the stats obviously speak for themselves, but I think if you're one of those teams that's played us, his presence on the diamond is it's so visible, it's so palpable. His leadership, the mound visits, the energy, the quality of the AB. So, you know, the stats are enough to get there, but the intangibles are pretty darn hard to measure.
You're not a rookie at going to these regionals, so what have you learned in past regionals in Central Michigan that you'll take with you in this trip?
Well, I think we're still going to view ourselves as the underdog, which is a role that served us very well. Every time we won at Central Michigan, we were there 3 times. We won at least 1 game. Once we won 2 games, and we were never the higher seed. And so I think we'll embrace that underdog role. We'll be excited about it. But you hope you let the pressure fall on somebody else. We haven't been here in a while. I think we got 3 guys in the roster that have been a part of one of these, so let's enjoy it. And I think the more you can just let yourself enjoy the experience and trust your competitive spirit, puts you in a good spot. Somebody's got to lose in these things, but I think our guys will be excited and relaxed for the opportunity.
The teams that go on deep runs in these kind of tournaments, what are they doing especially well, and what are they controlling about their game?
Winning the next game. I think when you can really stay locked in, it's just a bunch of one-game seasons at this point. You can stay locked in, and what do we need to do to be successful against Wake Forest? And then I think you got to play to your identity. We know who we are. We know the things we're good at. We know there's things we're not great at. And if we can just play to our identity, usually that's led us to be successful. Certainly if 1 or 2 bats get hot, they can carry you a little bit. If one arm gets on a heater for 7 or 8 innings, that obviously makes a difference. But yeah, just stay with your identity and stay locked in. Just task at hand instead of seeing too much big picture.
There's this big orange team down there. You can't look ahead, but you might hear banjos and see a lot of orange. Are your guys, you face decent competition? You heard that, why Connecticut didn't make it. To talk about RPI. Are you satisfied with your schedule and all that to prepare you to play these teams?
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to have that Tennessee environment very many places. I understand that, and I'm sure there's some high-end talent there. But if you look at a roster like TCU's or Arizona State's or Oklahoma State's, several others in our league, there's a lot of big league players in this league too. And so their RPI, I don't know what it ended up as, but 10, 12th or whatever it was, a team like TCU's 18. How big is the gap? Obviously, they're very, very good, and I'm not short-sighting that, but so are a lot of teams, and we've played a lot of those teams. And so if we have a matchup with them, that's pretty fun. That's pretty exciting. One of the top programs in the country, Coach Vitello, one of the best coaches in the country, and one of the best environments in the country. If we have that matchup, we'll take it. We'll run with that. We'll enjoy it. But start with Wake Forest, obviously.
It's not easy to have an environment like Knoxville, obviously, but how special is it to have a environment in the regionals just 4 or 5 hours away for this fan base to make the travels? And if so, what's your message for those making the trip?
Yeah, a couple things there. My first year at Central Michigan, we went to Starkville, Mississippi State, which is really the cathedral of college baseball. And our guys had a chance to play Mississippi State in a winner's bracket game in front of 14,000 people. And we got beat, but man, was that a great experience. And we competed, we got after it. And so, number one, just cool for our guys to be a part of that atmosphere. But number two, yeah, you can drive this one. And let's see if we can get 8,000 people there and just outnumber Tennessee. Simple enough, right? No, but I think it's awesome for families, for supporters, that you don't have to figure out buying a flight. You don't we know we won't have thousands of people there, but we hope some people say, hey, here's an opportunity to see what this is all about and keep growing the program.
With Miami in there, you've played it before. The fans know each other. It'd be nice if the fans got together and rooted for each other, and you've got a chance to play them for really essentially a 4th game this time.
Yeah, we all wear red, so that's easy enough, right? No, Coach Smiley's been at Miami 2 years. I've been here 2 years, and obviously coming from the MAC, I know their program well. He's done just an amazing job. That's a very, very qualified team. Really good lineup. We didn't see their top pitchers. They didn't see ours, and so I don't know that end, but I know it's a really good, deep team, and I'm excited for them. They deserve it, and again, if we run into them, obviously no different than I feel like no matter who we play, we're not going to be scared or intimidated. If they play us, they're familiar with us, and they won't be. So it'll be a fun regional.
Everyone else set? Cool. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.